Hi guys, so this is our 5th game of the season, and the last one for the year. For the past 2 weeks, we've been playing Hopper Robo, released in 1983 by Sega. In some ways, this game came out a little late. It very much takes Donkey Kong as an inspiration, but coming out in 1983, games are starting to move on, and so it didn't gain that much popularity. Not quite a hidden gem, but there's definitely a decent game in here. You have to collect the various crates on screen, and if you do them in sequential order, you get more points too. This isn't too difficult to do on the first level, but from the second one onwards, it becomes a bit more tricky. You control a robot, and there are a number of enemy robots who are trying to kill you. There's one that throws hammers, one that pauses with a kind of Sonic-like attack, and then the other two move around slowly, but jump up occasionally. In addition, there's also springs that fall down from the top. As I said, the game is decent, but what I dislike the most about it is the controls, and that's the fact that your jump has a set distance. This makes lining things up particularly tricky, and once you're in the air, you can't change your direction. You can take the enemy robots out by jumping on them. But if the controls were just a little bit tighter, it would make it a lot easier. And so a lot of the early part of playing this is just getting used to the controls. Some people seem to get on top of those controls, but for me personally, I continue to struggle. But then I'm not a huge fan of Donkey Kong either, for similar reasons. We did see some very good performances in this, so let's take a look at the scores. We had 16 scores submitted, which is a little drop. I probably need to start chasing people again, which hopefully I'll be able to do, now that I've got a little bit more time. We see a pretty gradual increase in scores, from Robert down in 16th, all the way through to Tiny Lou in 3rd. I gave this a few goes, and I'm all the way down in 12th, with just over 40,000 points. So anyone doing better than that is doing pretty well, I'd say. Milthy, in 4th, has done very well again. He's the first over 100,000 points. Then in 3rd, good performance from Tiny Lou with 160,000 points. And then our top 2, they were the class of the field. On Twin Galaxies, the world record on this is just over 300,000. And our top 2 both beat that. Coming in 2nd is Graham. He's got 320,000, nice even number there. But our winner has taken a well-deserved win. I don't think anyone had played this before 2 weeks ago, and Colin really got on top of it. He's topping the table with 348,000, and not only is that a win in this competition, he recorded a run on Wolfmame, and that's now the world record. So it's an extremely good job, Colin. I don't think it's the first world record we've had in this competition, but I think it's the first Twin Galaxies recorded one. It's a bit of an obscure game, but still a great achievement nonetheless. So, let's see how that's changed the leaderboard. 4 games in now, and things are settling down a little bit, but we've still got some movement. There's a few shifts in the bottom half of the table, but in the top half, up into 6th, is Ian, and then just ahead of him is Colin up into 5th, up 8 places after that win. In 4th, after his 3rd place, is Tiny Lou. He's up 5 places. And then at the top, we've got a new 1st and 2nd place. Pingy didn't have Hopper Robo, and so he's dropped down to 3rd. Milthy is up into 2nd, after another good performance following his win on Shadowland. At the top though, is a familiar face, and that's Graham 10 Shearers. He's on 204 points, nearly 30 points ahead of Milthy. It's still tight though, so let's see what our next game is. Another game, another winner, and that means Colin's got another slot on the board, and he's chosen Bomb Jack. We've got 13 games here, so let's set things going and see what we get. Okay, slowing down. Is it going to be Flicky? Nope. It's going to be Thunder and Lightning from Tiny Lou. So this isn't a game I know much about. I'm going to go look it up and be back in a sec. So our 5th game of the season is Thunder and Lightning, released by Seta in 1990. With a name like that, I was expecting a shmup, but actually, it's a clone of Breakout, with enhanced graphics and additional power-ups. A quick play, and you get exactly what you might expect. Move left to right, bounce the balls, get the power-ups, clear the blocks. A tried and tested formula, and I doubt we'll have too many complaints. Joystick controls probably aren't quite as good as a spinner, but given that most people don't have spinners, this probably works better. We'll be using the thunderl.zip ROM and default settings as usual. So hopefully a good one for the Christmas break, and I'll be back in the new year with the scores. See you then.